I keep seeing videos of white American people saying that they want to flee America and they don't know where to go. That's right. White Americans are trying to flee America and they don't know where to go. And this is, I never thought that I would live to see the day when white Americans were too terrified to be in the country. I mean, these are people who moved to America, terrorized the Native Americans, or their ancestors terrorized the Native Americans. They made life so hostile for the black people who were stolen from Africa and taken to the Americas to pick cotton. And God knows how the black people survived in America, because what they went through. I've only just been reading the history of slave trade, because they don't teach us that in Africa. Even if they mention it in school, they say slave trade, but you don't actually know the brutality of the slave trade and how much white Americans fought to keep slavery. They fought to keep slavery. And when slavery was over, they were determined to make life impossibly difficult for black people. And life is very hostile for black people, even to this day in America. I remember being in America and being so shocked at just how hostile the whole place feels for a black person. And now I am seeing white Americans finding America too hostile and deciding to leave. And this is the thing that people have never come to accept. And this is it. I'm just a quiet observer, having been born and grown up in Kenya, never really having encountered white people at all. And just going to America and just wondering, wow, like I have never known such hostility. And it's only now I am spending a lot of my time reading history about the slave trade, about the treatment of blacks, and just how much life was truly impossible for a black person, whether in London, whether in Europe, whether in the Caribbean, in the West Indies, in America. And the black people are so resilient in America because they have fought and just continued and just continued. But it's so incredible seeing people asking where they should go and what to do. This is literally what happens to millions of people around the world. People destabilized by American bombs. People destabilized by Americans' foreign policy that for the last however many years has sought to destabilize any countries that looked as though they were rising above the surface and they were on the way to becoming, a somebody. They would destroy that country. Libya, Somalia, and all the covert operations by the CIA in countries around the world, they destroyed them. And now all it took was Donald Trump and Elon Musk, a born-sworn colonizer. We are living through times that our ancestors could never have foreseen.
Hello there, brothers and sisters. I really hope you're doing fine from whichever part of the world you're watching this from. Now, the American dream has been sold to many people, and especially in Africa. Many of the folks here are told that go to America, make X amount of money, come back home, build your life, and enjoy your retirement. But now, this has proven to be the other way around. As you can see, many of the Black Americans are choosing to come back home, or finding alternative countries whereby they can try and find life there. So why is this the case? There are several factors, but most of them are related to the economic situation right now in the United States. And just some contemporary issues like, racism, segregation, and all that. And this is what a lot of these black folks that are moving to other different destinations like Portugal, Africa had to say about this whole situation. So let's have a look at these few clips and then have a really quick discussion at the end of it all.
So Americans don't want to live in America anymore. Let's talk about it. I think it's a very normal feeling right now that people don't want to live here. I mean, the idea of the American dream is just gone, and everyone in my comment section says the American dream now is to leave America. And that seems to be a resounding sentiment all throughout the internet right now. People want to go. People want to go somewhere else. This doesn't feel like it's it for us. This doesn't feel like it's good for us. And by us, I mean anybody. If you're not in the top 10, the top 5% of this country feels like it's not a place where you can make it. Because for the most part, it isn't a place that you can make it. The working poor and the working class are struggling just to stay off the streets, and there's no respite to come. There's no support from the government. There's no support from our neighbors because we don't know them. Our families are broken, so we have no one to fall back to. It just feels hopeless for a lot of people. So of course, there's a natural feeling that I want to go find my peace, my happy life, wherever I can. And it doesn't feel like we can have that in America for a lot of us. And that's why you're seeing people all over TikTok, all over YouTube say that they're leaving the country. They want to leave the country and just go. You know, they don't care what the destination is, they just want to go. I think that this is actually something that really hits to the core of our American past, to actually, go forth and find your place in the world. And I don't begrudge anybody, nor should you, who is pursuing that kind of peace in their life.
Americans are leaving. They're leaving this country in record numbers, but the amount of Americans that want to leave, that's got to be a new record in itself. 63% of Gen Z want to leave the United States. Their main reason being there is no economic future here. Okay, 68% of people in this country say that they are surviving rather than living. 52% of millennials also want to leave the United States. While Gen X and boomers want to stay put, only 25 and 26% of them respectively have any interest in leaving the United States. And while yes, there is a huge gap of people who want to leave and people who can leave and people who end up actually leaving, this is worrying, right? Who's going to be left in the country if all the young people want to go somewhere else? Where do these people want to go, you might ask? Well, the top 5 countries that they want to move to are Canada, the UK, Australia, France, and Italy. There is a tidal wave of people that want to leave this country. And I can't say that I blame them. Life here is hard. I'm not saying it's a bed of roses anywhere else, but here it just feels impossible. We're moving abroad next year and we can't be more excited. If you're interested in what that looks like, stick around.
Americans leaving America to live the American dream. Are we Americans living the American dream? I see that a lot of people are leaving and going to different countries because they feel like the struggle is so bad in America. They indeed feel that we do have a lot of opportunities for education and stuff, but once we make a certain amount of money, it's like you're still only working to pay bills. Like everything is so expensive, from the cable to the internet, the cars, where you live, and they feel like you can go to Thailand, Belize, all those different places and live a simple life. So what's going on in America? Like, how are things so inexpensive in other countries? The rent is so high here, when they like the rent in those different countries are little as nothing. So y'all tell me, what's going on? How can things be so much different in price? Are we Americans living the American dream? And if not, why not? Like, what we need to do? Y'all leave me in the comments and let me know.
Africans in America are self-deporting. Now, America has become such a hostile environment with immigrants or people who don't look white being captured by ICE, and there's speculation as to where these people are going. There's speculation that some of them have allegedly been dropped off planes. Others have been thrown into concentration camps. And so Africans have decided to self-deport. And it's not just Africans who are self-deporting. Black Americans are fleeing America because America has become worse than a terrorist state. It is so frightened being other in America because it seems like people can just pick you up and they don't even show their faces. These hooded people, they just pick you up and they decide that you're an immigrant. Law and order it appears to have completely broken down in America. It is frightening. And actually, this could be the turning point where people of African descent actually stay in Africa, and other people who look like Africans can move to Africa and let us build an Africa that everybody would thrive in.
We are very, very seriously starting to consider leaving the United States, and I just want to hear from someone who's done it. Where did you go? How did you decide that's where you're going? How did you get a visa? Do all of that? I'm definitely researching on my own, but if there was someone I could connect with who's done this before, I just would love to utilize you as a resource, and yeah, if we can help one another, please.
Because America is just ghetto as fuck and has been for quite some time. So this is a very great question that was asked on one of my videos that I did yesterday that got a lot of commentary. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Travel Queen and your favorite Leo. And I talk about how my Black family of four, we have moved out of the United States, okay? We been gone, y'all. So for all of you guys that are on talking about something, you ain't about to do it anyways, I'm ignoring you. I don't even care about your comment. But what I'm here to do is be a resource for those of you who want this information. So I saw a lot of comments under the video asking, case in point, where are people going? All right. I also saw a comment that was quite interesting that said, well, we aren't accepted most places. Where is that information coming from? I find that comments like that oftentimes come from people that have not traveled. They ain't been nowhere but outside their own neighborhood, okay? So the list of countries that I'm going to give you, they are also very welcoming to African Americans. If you feel like you want to stay closer to the United States, then you don't want to obviously go further out to a Bali or Thailand. But these countries, you want to start by researching what the visa processes are. You want to see what the financial requirements are for you to be in that country legally. Because I would never say plan this, start planning, and be in a country illegally, all right? No, we're not doing that. So here is a list of countries that you can start researching for yourself and get the information. I'm here as a resource. If you would like to book a consultation with me, you can. All right, here we go. Ghana, Belize, Portugal, Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, Thailand, Mexico, Bali, Philippines, and Vietnam. Now, some of these places you might be thinking to yourself, what? Wow. See, that reaction, it automatically goes away when you travel to these different countries. And that's why I like traveling so much, because when you travel outside of the United States, you learn that the cost of living is cheaper. You can live way less than what you lived on in the United States. The food, it's much better. They're not sprayed with all of these pesticides and GMO products, right? Oftentimes, when you go outside the United States and stay for at least a month, your health is going to change. The air is different. They judge us really hard in the United States as it relates to our credit. When you move outside of the United States, people don't care about what your credit looks like. And you can go and apply for an apartment in the United States and get denied for a home loan, for a car loan, based off of your credit. that is non-existent in another country. The quality of living and the peace that you experience, even while traveling, and for myself and just living abroad and traveling so much, the peace that I have experienced has been a peace that I have never experienced inside the United States. The freedom that I have experienced by traveling and being outside of the United States has been a freedom that I have never experienced inside the United States. It's been a freedom that I didn't even know that I needed. The quality of life outside of the United States is just better. You know, everything in the United States we know is just big and grand. You know, if you go to McDonald's, you got a Big Mac, you got a large fry, an extra large soda. Why do you need all of that? You don't need all of the stuff that we have accumulated in the United States. You get up, you work your 9-to-5 job, and that is the only thing that we are accustomed to, that we are programmed to understand in our lives, that we are just worth working a 9-to-5 job and that we don't have time to do anything else. There is more to life than just working and living paycheck to paycheck. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I always say that your gifts will make room for you. And I truly believe that. There have been numerous amounts of expats that I've talked to, even myself. Your gifts will make room for you. If you don't have a remote job, okay, I get it. What skills do you possess that you can offer? What service can you offer to people in another country that will bring in a constant income for you living abroad? Ask yourself that. Now, obviously, when you want to move out of the country, this is a research-based decision that you need to do. I recommend narrowing this list of countries down to 2 or 3 places, have your passport ready, and take some time and travel to at least 2 to 3 of these countries to see what feels like home to you. After you do that, then start planning. If you need some additional assistance, I am here as a resource. All of my links, my websites, my Calendly link is in my link tree. You can book a consultation with me, a one-on-one consultation with me, to get a lot of your questions answered that you maybe just don't have time to research, or you're just lost and you need some inspiration. Hit me up. All of my links are in my bio. I hope this list was helpful to you all.
Okay, here we are. So number one reason why most of the folks are leaving United States is because of, you know, the harsh economic reality of the situations. We all know of the government regulations and the tariffs that the president, that is Donald Trump, put in place, especially on the production, inputs, agriculture, and that. So these high tariffs on different countries has made it almost impossible for people to do business in different states. And the high tariffs does not only affect the businesses, but also it spreads out to other sectors of the economy. We have seen a crisis in Arkansas whereby the farmers were crying for handouts, and they can no longer sustain themselves. The soybean farmers can no longer access their markets in China. So that brings also another question of little to no export or imports. So that one also spreads out to the other sector of the economy, which is transport. We all know that most of the Africans abroad have been in the trucking business for a long time, and that has been their source of livelihood for quite some time. But now, due to the limited imports and exports, there are almost little to no goods in the warehouses for them to transport from one state to another. And that has not only affected them, but also it has affected the economy as a whole. We have recently seen also videos of many of these truckers mass quitting, and trying to find other alternative ways of, trying to survive. So this high economic situation has also been characterized by, the low NFP reports, the job reports, especially for last month, which was supposed to be released yesterday actually, but was not released due to the government shutdown and the stand down between the Congress and the government. So that by itself can already tell you that the future of jobs in America is limited by this high number of unemployment that is being reported by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Also on the jobs opening and such data, they have been quite low. And another group of people that are leaving are the ones that they feel that they are insecure in the states. We all know that some states, if not all, you are allowed to carry your, just in case something goes wrong. And we have seen a situation by where somebody goes rogue and just shoots a large number of people at the same time. We have seen several shootings happening, especially from white. These shootings have been done by white people towards the black community. And recently there was a congregation of that was burnt in a Mormon church. So those are some of the issues that are being raised. Some people feel that they are no longer safe in the United States as they used to be. And finally, this could be significant of the falling of the European countries. We have France going through the same thing. Right now, currently, we also have the United States going through that. And UK is also boiling up for the same. So some of these folks find it okay to try and migrate to other countries. Some are saying Portugal, Spain, and all that. And most of the black Americans are trying to relocate back to Africa, citing the fact that they want to trace their motherland, the land of their ancestors and all that. That is why most of them are also trying to move America. So share with me what you think about this whole situation. Where would you move to if not America? Or which are some of the factors that would make you leave, and or why are you leaving the States? So thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, thank you so much for clicking this channel. Please take a minute to like, subscribe, and share. I recently noticed that a large number of the viewers of my channel are just watching the videos, but they are not subscribed. So I would ask you to kindly please take a minute to just click the subscribe button so that I get motivated to continue producing more content like this. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.